In today's video, we are checking out I Am Finding Nemo. Well, not really, this is called I Am Fish, an indie physics-based escape adventure game that is actually currently trending on Steam. Now, because you start off in a fish tank and it is all about escaping to, well, the ocean, it definitely does remind me of Finding Nemo, and that's why I had to say that in the intro. Also, if I remember correctly, gaming YouTubers were actually playing this game, like an earlier version of the game, about a year ago. However, it officially launched on the 16th of September 2021. I spent the whole day playing this game in order to bring you a review. I did in fact complete the game, but I'm only going to show you footage from like maybe the first 2 hours of gameplay, something like that, because this is a fairly new game still and there's a lot of changes to the earlier version. I don't want to go ahead and spoil too much for you, although we will talk about the game and what I think. I haven't watched any other YouTubers play this or review it, so you know it's 100% honest and just straight up what I think. That is what I usually do anyway, but I'm just letting you new guys know. So let's talk about that physics-based gameplay. So in this game, it uses different containers for your fish. This is where the majority of the diversity will come from the gameplay, although it will offer some light puzzle elements too, in order to try and keep it interesting. There are some event set pieces and different events that go on as you play, some actually kind of unexpected. And actually, when we're talking about variety, there was actually more variety in this game than I was first anticipating. This is because some of the levels actually offer different ways of navigating the map, meaning in some cases there isn't just one linear path to get to the end goal. However, in the situations and where the narrative needs to be placed where it does go linear, it's done in the right way. But you do have some option and some vary to kind of feel like you can have multiple playthroughs of the game and try and get a better score, because there is a star system in this game and you lose star points for needing to respawn or either skipping areas, because this actually allows you to skip to different checkpoints. Say if part of the game is actually really annoying you and it's just frustrating you and you can't figure out, you can skip, well, at the cost of your final rank. This is actually fantastic to see for the accessibility of the game, especially because of what demographic I think this game is catering to, with this definitely being a perfect game for younger kids. However, even experienced gamers can feel at home here, because it does have a varying level of skill and also has some difficulty levels that are kinda interesting. This game uses its controller accessibility to its best advantage, and it does this by adding difficulty to both keyboard and mouse and controller. But I've gotta say, if you're using the controller and you're playing on the hardest difficulty, this game is definitely more challenging on the controller, and well, I couldn't do it. I absolutely sucked, to be honest, on this game. Even with the keyboard and mouse, I found myself dying way too much and needing to respawn too much. Part of it is not knowing the maps though and not knowing what's coming up next, but it was so engaging when I was playing it. It definitely keeps you on your toes in some areas and you do feel the sweat, but also you get the comedic relief in this game as well, especially the derpiness of just watching a fish struggle because you messed up. I really like this game and I do recommend it if you do like physics-based games. However, it's not made perfect and there are a few things that I want to highlight, just so we've covered all areas here. So the main thing that I haven't come across personally too much, I have experienced it, but definitely not frequently at all. This game can actually be a little bit bugged, and that is the nature of physics-based games. I always do think that this adds to the comedic value of games. However, sometimes if it's too much and too frequent, it can cause problems, although some users, again, have experienced a lot more than me and they do not like it. So something to keep in mind. Also, I do think some of the physics-based elements could have been utilized a little bit better. Just one quick example off the top of my head: when you get into the fish bowl with 2 fish in the bowl, because this is a physics-based game, really you should have been rolling a little bit slower because there's more mass to the bowl, which means they could have changed some of the map design as well by making some of the planks thinner in this area, because you would have been rolling a bit slower. And there are other examples like this further on throughout the game, and it just highlights that they could have thought about it just a little bit more. However, these aren't major missed opportunities, and it's not like anything that someone is going to pick up on, because to come up with faults for this game, you do have to really be a nitpicker and actually go in deep. To sum it up, I think that I Am Fish is definitely some light-hearted physics-based fun. I love the characterization of the people in the town. I love the characterization of the fish. Everything seems to have personality in this game, and that's something that I look for. Also, the humans in this game are voice acted. The overall quality is very decent and definitely worth the asking price. I think gameplay wise you will get your money's worth, and it's also very friendly to the budget gamer with low system requirements. Just judging by the launch, it's definitely put together better than Just Die Already, and that was at a similar price point. I think that's a good reference to go off because I did review that too. Anyway, that is my initial thoughts, feelings and opinions on this game. If you have anything to share to this conversation, then please let me know down in the comments. I always look forward to reading them. Anyway, smash that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching, and definitely if you got to this part, I always do thank my community. You make this channel what it is. With that said, I have been Tech from Tech Evolved, and I will see you in the next video.